This is Deliver Me by the J.J. Hawk Band, and this is Mia Zapata. Steve Moriarty, the drummer of the Gits, one of the people who knew Mia the best, told a story once about the early days of the band. He introduced himself as a drummer. Mia corrected him. Not a drummer, she said, an artist. He said it again, drummer. She said it again, artist. She wasn't being difficult. She was being precise because to Mia, that distinction mattered. The instrument was just the instrument. What you were, what you actually were, underneath the technique and the scene and the label that people put on you, was an artist. That's how she saw people. That's what she insisted on seeing. And that, I think, is the most Mia thing that I've encountered in researching this case. Not the voice, though her voice was extraordinary. Not the performances, though people who saw her perform describe it in terms that sound almost involuntary, like they couldn't have looked away even if they tried. The insistence on seeing people fully, on refusing to let someone define themselves smaller than they were. Mia Zapata was a painter, not also painted. She was a painter. She moved through visual art and music and writing the way some people move through different rooms in the same house, naturally, without having to explain the transition. She wrote poetry. She kept journals. She had a voice that her friends described as something you felt before you processed it. Blues and soul poured into a punk framework, raw in a way that didn't feel like performance. And offstage, which is where true crime coverage almost never goes, she was funny, genuinely, surprisingly funny, the kind of funny that catches you off guard. She had a warmth that people describe consistently across decades in almost exactly the same language. You felt accepted around her. You felt like whatever you actually were was enough. She pointed her mother out from the stage during shows. She fed people. She showed up for people in the ordinary, non-dramatic ways that don't make it into case files. She was, by every account, the kind of person who made people around her feel more like themselves. That's a specific and rare gift, and it gets lost almost completely under the story of how she died. Mia was 27 years old in the summer of 1993. The Gits were gaining real momentum. Atlantic Records was paying attention. After years of sleeping on floors and hauling equipment and building everything piece by piece, the future was opening. Not guaranteed, but opening. And she had plans, not vague ones, specific ones. She was going to re-record the vocals on Enter the Conquering Chicken because she wasn't satisfied with what they'd captured. The version that exists, the one that people have been listening to for 30 years, is not the version that Mia intended to release. That detail has stayed with me because it's such a specific human artist thing. Knowing that what you made isn't finished yet, knowing what it's supposed to be, having the intention to go back and do it again until it's right. She never got to go back. The music she didn't re-record, the paintings she didn't finish, the songs she hadn't written yet, the performances that didn't happen, the years she didn't get to live into. That's what was taken. Not just a life in the abstract, but a specific, ongoing, unfinished life that was in the middle of becoming something. What survives is the work she did finish, and it's enough to make you understand what the loss was. The people who loved Mia carry her the only ways they could, through grief, through memory, through music, through the stubborn refusal to let her become just a headline or a cold case number. And through that understanding, quiet, persistent, never fully resolved, that what she left behind was real, that it mattered, that it still does. Because some people leave fingerprints on the people around them that don't fade. And 30 years later, Mia Zapata still does. So tonight we remember Mia Zapata, a musician, a friend, a daughter, a voice that left an unmistakable mark on the people fortunate enough to hear it. Mia was 27 years old. She was loved, she is remembered, and she will not be forgotten.
Inside of me.